Welcome back to another episode of Stating the Obvious.
Dude, I got tingles.
Yeah, you guys like
A
that?
new YouTube channel coming up.
Pretty good.
Stating the obvious, ASMR, STO, ASMR. What do you think? Is that the direction we should take this?
Stosmer.
Stoasmer. Stating the obvious, ASMR.
Could be really nice.
That was a bit too close to the mic.
He's got a little work to do, but he'll get there.
I feel like Viswa could be like one of those like ASMR people.
Yeah, well, what's like the like stereotypical thing, like this?
He already like does like uncomfortable flirting like regularly. So like
Yo. Wait, what are you saying about me, man?
what? This is not a surprise. Like you know this.
Yo, just because I kiss the homies goodnight once in a while does not mean that it wasn't like consensual or anything.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Go ahead. See,
yeah.
this
With
is
like
exactly
the intro.
what I'm saying.
With the intro.
These are the mixed signals I'm getting from you, Noah. Is you'll be like, okay, go ahead, and then when I try and give you a little kiss, you're just like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
That is a little sus, Noah. That is a little sus.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
good.
understand what you want from me in those kinds of situations.
All right. I mean, look. Maybe
I'm looking, bro.
sometimes
I'm
I
looking
would
at those lips.
prefer for this not to happen like this.
Yeah, but then why do you say go ahead? You know, because
I'm a get all up.
Okay, can we do like can we just do something else? Can we talk about anything else? Like literally anything else?
we can talk about some obvious facts.
Okay, yeah, go
If
ahead.
you guys have them today.
I like that.
Okay.
You like that? Well, why don't you give us one, Cobb? Give it to me.
Okay,
Give me the
yeah.
obvious fact.
So I recently saw this online a couple days ago, but the largest manufacturer of tires by volume is the Lego company. They make the most tires out of anybody, more than any of these car companies. All the tires coming from Legos.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's a good obvious fact. Little tricky, but the right idea.
Hey man, I if you've listened to this podcast before, you know that I vibe with the Lego company. I enjoy their work, I enjoy their shows, I enjoy their products.
The Lego movie was top tier, honestly. Lego movie and Lego Batman.
But all of the movies, even the second one and the Ninjago movie, like they're pretty good. Like even if they weren't as good as like the first Lego movie and Batman movie, like they were still good, like really solid.
Yeah.
And like the
I like
games, like the
Legos.
video games, I don't know. Have you guys ever played like the Lego Star Wars or Lego
Yeah,
Marvel or
I
anything?
played
Oh
Star
yeah, no,
Wars.
100%.
Yeah. Like all the Lego games, they have the same formula. They just like plug in different characters and different plot lines, but it still works every single time.
No, I remember like Viswa and I were like just playing Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and like half the time, like if you couldn't get in like past a level, you just had to like go around just like breaking shit until you found like the right thing.
Yeah, but it was so much fun.
Yeah. No. It was good. Good times.
Noah,
What?
you said good times. Something came to mind for me.
What?
Okay, I was gonna try to do a transition into like good times, into like, oh, I remember this good time when you gave us this great obvious fact. And I was trying to remember all the obvious facts you've ever done, and I could not remember for my life a single one. So, give us a really good one right now.
Thanks. I mean, like, what's the point? Like, clearly you don't remember.
I remember.
But they were
Noah.
good. I remember how they made me feel. You know, it's not about the actual like technical details of it. It's about how it makes you feel.
Okay.
No, this is where you go in with the
Look,
obvious fact.
I'm not gonna lie, like I had an obvious fact, and then like we did the whole like intro bit, and like in the process I just forgot it.
Ooh, Noah forgets
This is
his
our
no
obvious
first
fact.
time. This is our
Wait,
first time.
What?
This is a PJ thing.
Yo, damn.
Alright, look. I'm just gonna make a new one. It's fine. Improvisation. My obvious fact is that the Michelin tire company is also the Michelin star company. They're the same company.
The piggyback fact.
Yeah. I mean, it is like kind of like a weird associate. Like it makes sense because like it started out as like they were trying to get you to drive to like restaurants so that like you would wear down the tires on your car so you'd have to buy more tires. I feel like as like a business strategy, like it feels extremely indirect I don't know. Like your solution to get people to drive more is to like invest a lot of time and effort into grading restaurants, but whatever. I mean, the French, they love their food.
I feel like it is more than just the French who love their food.
Yeah, but like Michelin is like a French company, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Michelin.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Pranay.
star.
Pranay, like that's the first thing Pranay said in like 2 minutes or like 3 minutes.
What the hell? No, this is.
Yeah, I think since we started, that is maybe the first thing you said.
This is not true.
Okay, then say something meaningful, like an obvious fact, perhaps.
My obvious fact is that Noah is the Michelin Man.
The boom.
Yeah,
Bro, what
there
the
you go.
fuck?
You didn't even know that. No.
Destruction.
No. My obvious fact is like quality. I don't know about like the biologics of this, but like qualitatively, it feels very like to me. Blood seems like a very pure, like red substance and thing, right? Like it just is what it is. But like in your body, there are a lot of things that come and go into the blood. Piss being one of them. So it's kind of
What?
so it's
Dude, you lost me, bro.
I don't know. I find it kind of crazy that pee comes out of your blood.
I mean, it's not that your pee is circulating around in your body, okay? It's just that the toxins and salts and stuff like that is drawn out of the blood and turned into pee.
Yeah, no,
So
I know
there's no
that.
pee, like,
I know that.
circulating.
I know it's not just like circulating in, but it is it seems like more of like oxymoronic to
What
be,
did
like,
that have
think
to
of
do
blood
with the
as being
color of
very-
blood? Like, did you think like it's just like
No, not
orange
color
in
of
there?
blood.
It's like
I'm just
yellow and
saying-
red mixed together.
No, I'm not saying it has
To create
it doesn't have to do
I take two realities and smack.
Yeah,
I'm
PJ's
so
blood is
sorry.
actually just orange. He
I'm
mixes
so
his
sorry.
piss with his blood, yellow and red, to
To
turn into orange.
Why is this
Gojo
episode
IRL.
so weird?
Gojo IRL.
No, you know where the red in your blood comes from, right?
Iron?
Yeah.
Yeah, the iron.
Yeah.
Ayon. sorry. sorry. I'm so
Is that
sorry.
a
I'm
full Metal Alchemist
I'm so
reference?
sorry.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's a solo leveling
It's a
reference.
solo leveling reference.
Ayon. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I should not even be in charge anymore, but here we are.
I feel like if past you could see current you, like past you would like punch you in the face.
Yeah, but see, I've been going to the gym consistently, put on some muscles. I don't think past me would really stand a chance against current me, even as weeby as current me is.
If you had to like do like a year by year, just like battle royale of like every version of you who comes out on top.
I think the current iteration would be winning. I have also improved battle knowledge from watching all these animes.
Oh shit!
So I
Battle
think I would.
knowledge? What
Yeah.
battle knowledge have you learned?
He's gonna go
What do
like
you
the
mean, like-
main expansion on them.
Yeah, I'm going to expand my domain. I'm going to call upon my shadow army, and I will be a true egoist. I am a striker, Cobb.
Okay.
Speaking of strikers, Cobb, this is where you jump in.
Yeah, strikers for the Champions League.
Manchester United. Yes. You guys see that game? I know Noah didn't, but
Yeah, I did.
I
I did
don't know
see
what
the
the
game.
fuck you're talking about.
No, you know what Manchester United is. You know their team.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've seen their logo before.
no, but I know they're a team.
Okay, Noah.
I mean, what does their logo look like? Like,
I know you've seen it before.
it's red and yellow, and it's like a crest, kind of.
wow, that's really descriptive. Let me hold on. I'm googling this shit.
It's got like a griffin thing in the middle, right?
I thought it was like a lion. I'm not.
Oh,
maybe it is a
maybe.
griffin. What is? I don't know. Brene, do you know what it is?
Okay, I've never seen this shit
I'm
before. I
not
don't know
sure.
why you would expect me to like know the logos of these soccer teams.
Because they are incredibly popular.
Not
in
anywhere
my
near
head,
me.
I
They're
can
not.
like picture an outline of it, but I can't. I feel like I can't picture the exact thing other than Barca's.
Barca's I can draw from memory.
Yeah, Barca's I can draw from memory, but the others, I guess like I don't even know.
I can draw Dortmund's from.
You can draw Juventus from memory too. I would hope.
Wait, because it's just like a shield or something.
No, Juventus is just the J's.
Oh, I guess it's a J. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Juventus would be easy. PSG is easy. It's a red Eiffel Tower with like a blue circle. Madrid is low-key not that hard, but it is. There's a little bit of nuance
It's pretty
to
complicated if you don't know it.
it. Arsenal's honestly not that bad. You just put a cannon.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like the
old
Madrid crown, you just kind of have to like,
YOLO.
yeah,
Probably the easiest. Yeah, it's probably Juventus actually.
Juventus, because it's just
No,
it's
dude, I
literally
think
just letter.
Dortmund's would be pretty easy. Like the BVB and then this yellow. You just take a yellow highlighter and just like.
I know, but Juventus is literally just 2 lines. It's literally just like a J that you've made 3D. It's literally just 2 lines.
Yeah, I can't argue with you, Cobb. You're right. I can't argue with you.
And there's literally no coloring because the lines are black too.
Who is everyone rooting for in Champions League?
Now?
Currently, yes. Whoever's left now.
Messi.
Okay.
Okay. You know, I honestly, I kind of like Arsenal. They're putting on a performance and a half.
They are. To say I didn't expect Arsenal to perform the way they did. I definitely thought Madrid was just going to have the comeback that we all expected them to have. And then they did
Isn't
not.
that wild though? That everybody just expected them to come back. Like that was like assumption. Not even.
I mean,
like,
look
oh,
at
this is
the
gonna be
roster, bro. Like that. There's no reason that roster shouldn't come back. Like,
yeah, it's true. They just
like you
way
have
underperformed.
Vinny, you have Bellingham, you have Mbappe, you have Rodrigo. Like,
Spring Champions League. That's where Madrid shines. That's like their arena.
yeah, I don't know. They're griefing it, man. Just completely griefing it. Barca though, Barca is.
Okay, but also Barca had by far the easiest bracket. Like
They did have the easiest bracket. I can't even argue with you there. But it's not like they just barely won their games in the easy bracket. They stomped some of their games. A lot of their games.
this is after when they play Milan. This would be the first team that is like pretty decent that they're gonna play. I still think they're gonna win, but
What, they're playing Inter, right?
yeah.
Inter Milan.
To be fair, if Arsenal keep playing the way they do, they'll win the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but I believe in Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
I mean, we have a few Arsenal fans in the office. I've been liking them more and more. I like Saka. Like he's just so jovial.
He is
like
quite jovial.
looks young and nice.
What?
What?
Like he looks like a
Okay,
nice person, and he
okay.
is young.
Okay.
Pranay,
Pranay, low-key.
you gotta like think about your words before you say them.
But honestly, Saka wasn't even like the star of Arsenal's performance. It was Declan Rice.
Can we talk about Declan Rice for a second? Oh my god. Okay, I saw the funniest thing actually. It was in in game 2, right, of Arsenal Madrid. They announced or whatever that in the stadium they were gonna close the top of the stadium. I think maybe weather or something. I'm not sure why exactly, but they announced that like they're gonna close off the top of the stadium. Normally it's like an open thing from the top. And then like I was people were talking about it. People were like Madrid's gonna win, like, you know, blah blah blah. And some guy after they announced that like the top was gonna get closed, they're like Rice cooks better in like a pot or something. So I'm like,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the memes. Did you see the memes where like they're like some animated characters like sacrificing, like doing some ritual to give rise to the devil? You see those memes?
yeah.
And the
If
devil
you
was
go-
just like 2022 Mbappe.
yeah.
It was- I like those memes so
Dude,
much.
it's so tragic. As a Madrid fan, the team should have been performing so much better. I mean, like the 2015, 2016 team would have just like wiped
Dude,
the floor. with them.
I wanted Madrid to win. I was rooting for Madrid. I do like Arsenal, but I just want Barcelona to beat Madrid later. So I wanted them to make it that far. But looks like that's not happening.
You want to know the craziest stat I've heard out of all of this, though? That this is the first time in 21 years that Madrid has been like eliminated from the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's just sad, bro. Especially with an all-star lineup, basically. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they really should have won. I don't know what was happening. I think they're firing their manager and putting in like Javi Alonso now because of this.
Javi Alonso. Can we talk about Barcelona's offside trap for a second? Is that not the most beautiful thing you guys have ever seen? It's just 4 men standing in a line.
I feel like a lot of teams do the same thing.
I feel like it just works so well, though. They execute it it's so
Okay, yeah,
effective.
they execute it better, but I feel like a lot of teams use this.
I mean, this is the general idea, too. So, like, you know, offsides, whatever. But, like, it's the strategy everyone employs. But I feel like every time I see games, like either one person breaks it or like I just feel like Barcelona really does it exceptionally well. I'm definitely biased because they're my team, but also I think they're just goated.
Can you tell me more about the beauty of 4 men standing in a line?
Yeah, I've thought about this many times, specifically with you there at the front, Noah, standing in a line with 3 other Noahs.
What?
The 4 Noah defense.
What the hell?
Quadra Noah defense. It's actually unguardable.
Unless you just run past them.
No, when was the last time you played soccer? Was it that one time when over COVID? During COVID, we all
Yeah.
tried to play on the
Yeah.
field at Russell Creek.
Yeah.
Nice. How was your soccer experience?
I was just like running into people because I didn't know what else to do.
Oh yeah, I remember at some point Jith
Noah
got pissed at
body
you.
slammed me, bro.
Jith got
Yeah,
pissed
yeah,
at you. Oh yeah.
Noah didn't even go for the ball. He just ran up to me and shrugged me like we were playing like actual like football, like American football.
Look, I don't have like the fine motor control to like hit the ball with my foot. Like I'm just like I'm gonna run in their direction, and if I hit the ball, that's good. If I miss, at least I'll still stop them from kicking the ball into the goal.
Noah has the Sergio Ramos mindset.
He's literally ramming. He's Ramos.
I feel like it's giving Holland energy, low key. If you see this man run, people like it's the opposite of Noah, but basically defenders will try to tackle him. They'll be the ones injured after trying to
Oh yeah.
trying to defend.
But I mean that guy has an absolute rocket of a
He's
foot.
a monster, bro. He's a monster build, monster everything. Jesus.
Like when you just like hear, like, have you ever seen him take a penalty and like you just heard the sound that it makes? Like if I'm the goalkeeper, I'm diving the other way. I don't want to be in the middle of that at all.
Dude, you're 50-50. Which way is the ball
Not going.
to go?
Yeah.
That's actually so funny.
Well, I actually don't think I've ever seen him take a PK in a game. I need to find a video of this.
Okay, this is something I've always wondered. Like, can you tell me why like soccer sometimes just has like people line up in front of the goal, like covering their balls before somebody kicks a ball at them?
Free kick. Yeah, it's like you can stand X number of feet away based on where the free kick is, and then you just line up defenders so that it's like a wall of people that they can't just shoot straight on the goal.
They have to go around the people if they want to shoot it.
And like the people just have to like stand there and like hope they don't get like whacked.
No, the people are they're kind of there to get whacked,
Yeah,
but a lot of times they're not gonna throw their face in front of the ball, but like they're just gonna stand there and try
I just
their best.
Yeah.
found a video of Holland doing a PK and the goalie like blocked it, but it hit his stomach, and it looks like he's just in pain afterwards.
that would hurt so bad.
That would literally be incredibly painful. Yeah, and no, sometimes when you have this wall of people, you also have someone, they normally jump, right? So you can't also just shoot over them. You kind of have to shoot around them.
What they'll do though is they'll jump and a lot of times they'll turn around so that their back gets hit, if not like their face.
They'll like turn their head to the side or whatever. So they're not just eating a shot.
Okay, I guess that's somewhat better.
And normally sometimes they'll have a person lying down because what people started doing was when they would all jump, they'd shoot under the people jumping. And so then they designate like one person to like lie down so they can't shoot under.
It sounds like a human game of foosball.
I think it's fun. I think it's like a cool idea.
What? Just the concept of a free kick?
Like, yeah, just if someone just trucks you and all they're given is a card and like you just get the ball, I feel like that's not enough for necessary for whatever just transpired. Like you should have a theoretical shot on goal from. Or, I mean, it obviously depends on where it happened.
This
but
always intrigues me, like how rules have evolved in any sport. Like at some point, they did not have. Well, I'm assuming at some point they probably did not have penalties or free kicks or maybe not even goal kicks or corner kicks, and definitely not offsides. Like I was thinking about this whenever they show a VAR of the offsides. Like, I wonder what the game was like or how different the game was played before offsides was made. Like, do they always just have one person cherry picking? Because we do like in 7v7, whenever I play sevens in New York, there is no offsides and there is no slide tackling. And like strategies
like you're
that
just
you
not
employ,
allowed to slide tackle, or what?
if you slide tackle, if it's egregious, you just immediately get sent off. If you do slide tackle, it's just a free kick.
Okay.
So like the way the game is played, like the strategies are different than a normal 11v11 with the normal rules, because it's like inherently like the positions that you play, or like the team formation you play, or just like what passing strategy you have is a little bit different. And a lot of the times, yeah, and when we don't have offsides, there usually is the dominant strategy seems to be you just kind of send one forward to just push the defensive line back.
I mean, that's so lame, though.
That's a what?
That's such a lame strategy. Like, offsides was invented.
I mean,
I guess,
so to
to
be fair, it's
prevent
not
that.
like incredible, like bad because the fields are smaller. But it is the dominant strategy.
I mean, it makes sense. That's kind of just how these things evolve, right? Any rule kind of evolves from this. Oh, that seems a little unfair. Let's do something about it. Like tackling people or fouling people in the PK box is just, or like anywhere in the box is, that ruins a very, very good chance on goal. So it's now a penalty kick, etc., etc. I feel like these are just offsides. I have no idea. Like, aside from the fact people are just like, this seems dumb to just have one person constantly on the other side. I guess that's the intuition, but who knows? I don't know when soccer came up with all these rules. Actually, I should look into the history of soccer.
Interesting, like American football, though, the most famous example is when they started adding passing plays. Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
could only run, and then they started passing, and that radically like revolutionized the sport. That's the most famous example.
It makes it far more interesting. I think that was just like, it's boring to watch.
Yeah,
people
I feel like there are two types of rules. There's like rules that you put in because the sport is boring, and rules that you put in because there's like
It's
inherently there's some strategies that are just stupid, that are not, that everyone agrees is not.
I want to kind of look into each sport now, like, and see how these rules evolve. Like, whether there was something like that in basketball too. Like before, if there were no backcourt violations, could you just like run away, like to stall for time, right? If you're like trying to run down the clock, can you just run back to your half and like?
And they add like a
pussyfoot
lot
around.
of offensive like rules about like defense. Like you can't attack the offensive player, the person in possession, in a certain way or this way or that way.
Yeah.
I'm assuming to make scoring a little bit easier.
Yeah, also goaltending, because I'm sure at some point, right, you just get some like 6'7", 7-foot guys that like at any time you take a three, they'll just jump above and like tip it away. Like,
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, you never really think about these things. This is like any rule though. Like if you go to like a zoo and it's like, don't jump in the pool. That rule is probably there because someone like jumped in like the pool with like the alligators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So society is built off of mistakes.
Exactly. You know what might be one big mistake is us starting to bring back extinct animals.
I don't know.
Imagine we
Jeff,
bring
I
back
don't know.
like dinosaurs and then Jurassic Park happens.
Yeah, but like as we've already established on this podcast, dinosaurs aren't real, so that's not going to happen. But
And that was a trick question. Good job, Cobb.
But they could be
Yeah.
real. Now.
they're not.
But they're not.
No,
They can
we
make them real.
established this. Your Gigalomosaurus will never be real.
I believe we could make them real. Like we've done all the initial work, right? Like we've made up all these bone structures and all this kind of stuff. Like there's no reason we couldn't go the extra like now, but
That's fair. But we've kind of already taken that first step. So there's this company called Colossal Bioscience. They're actually Dallas-based. I don't know if you know this, but they're based in Dallas. And their whole goal is to kind of push this idea of de-extinction, bringing back extinct animals. And their main goal is the woolly mammoth, which they said they are on track to bring back by 2028. And so as part of that plan, as part of like their phase one or whatever phase they're on, they started with these wolves. Now, you guys have you heard of dire wolves before?
I have
from-
Big wolf.
Yeah, it's like Omega Wolf. If you've ever seen like Game of Thrones, like those
Yeah,
are the wolves
Game
they
of Thrones.
use. These are like the wolves that like some of their ancestors were the ones that were first tamed by humans to like make the modern dog and everything. Closely related to gray wolves. So they're like chonky wolves. They're much bigger. They're faster. They're stronger. And so these guys took like these gray wolves and took direwolf DNA. We have fossils of them. And basically re-engineered these gray wolves to exhibit the traits of a direwolf. And now they're claiming they've de-extinct the direwolves, and they're going to like reintroduce them back into the Arctic circles to try and stabilize the ecosystem and all that kind of stuff. But it's actually come under a lot of criticism and recently saying that, oh, it's like pretty dangerous to say, oh, we've de-extinct this animal because all it is a genetically modified gray wolf. But like my counter to that is, yeah, I mean, that's exactly what a dire wolf is. If you have a gray wolf that shares like 99.5% of its genome with a dire wolf, and you put in the modifications to make it exhibit the traits of a dire wolf, you may have not have brought the dire wolf back in the same form as it originally was, but you've effectively brought back the species, and it can play that role in the ecosystem if you want it to. So they're kind of using this technology to bring back more extinct species. I know they're working on like dodos, and obviously, like I said, the mammoth is like their main project. But this is like the first time that they've created like, you know, fertile living offspring that, you know, are projected to like live a healthy lifespan.
Did they say like what, like how they, like what was the difference between making the ones that were not fertile versus the ones that are?
I mean, there's a lot of genetic differences. Like you have to make sure like the genome is stable and that it's good enough to produce fertile offspring. I mean, like you know what a liger is?
Like tiger and a
Lion tiger.
Yeah, like when a lion and a tiger.
You know, that's also like a South Indian movie. Like there's a movie called Liger, and it's about this guy who's like he's like just a cool guy, like a boss man, South Indian star. The movie's called Liger.
Interesting.
Why? Because he fucks a tiger?
No, it's because he's
He's just a cool guy.
He's infertile.
Yeah, but anyway, like these hybrid species like ligers or like zorkies, which is like a mix between a zebra and a donkey, they can live fine, like their lifespan will be fine, but they can't produce fertile offspring. So like that's like a big distinction, because you can never have a liger species because
isn't that the classic thing with like a mule? Like a mule is a donkey and a horse, but it can't reproduce.
Yeah, but it can't have like fertile offspring. But like these ones can't, because they're essentially gray wolves with just like the main traits of dire wolves. Like they're supposed to be bigger, you know, their metabolism's higher, more muscle, so faster, stronger. They have like these furry like mane coat kind of things on their cheeks, which like gray wolves don't have as large of. And so like introducing them back into the Arctic is supposed to like stabilize the region or whatever. So
wait, so are they actually going to do it?
Once they can produce them like on a bigger scale, yeah.
Like they have approval to do all these things, or that's just the concept that they would?
I don't know if they already have approval, but
I mean, who's going to stop them?
Yeah, from the sounds of it, they do. Yeah, like who owns the Arctic Circle up at like the very North Pole, or like Antarctica? No one has a claim to Antarctica, right?
I claim it.
Jith claims it.
I mean, technically Antarctica is like supposed to not be under claim, but like a bunch of countries like make claims on it anyways, which are not legally enforceable, but they do it anyways, just in case.
It's like the same thing with space, right? Like space is not claimable, but a lot of people claim things, right?
Yeah. Which, by the way, like if you remember, like there used to be this thing where you could like pay to get like a star named after you or something.
Yeah.
That was a complete scam.
No, my life savings went into naming the star Gigalomosaurus.
I'm sorry, Cobb.
Gigalomosaurus.
You got
it's not
scammed.
Gigalomosaurus, it's Gigalomosaurus.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm kind of skeptical of this whole like direwolf idea, because like I saw like the ad they put out like announcing it, and like they were like, you know, half of all species are gonna be like facing extinction by like 2050 or something. And I'm like, you spend a bunch of time and money to like make one big wolf. Like I don't know how you're expecting to do anything like material about like the problem of a bunch of like thousands and thousands of species like facing extinction or going extinct. Like it kind of just feels like a vanity project. Like they're billing it as like, we're going to use this to like solve like climate change or something, you know, like hit the redo like undo button on like all this like all this like extinction like as a result of like human activity and like habitat destruction, but it's like it just doesn't sound feasible to me. Like you're pouring like billions of dollars into like making a big wolf and a hairy elephant, like, and they haven't even made mammoth yet. Like, so it's like, I don't know. This sounds like, even if like they can make like some dire wolves, like who can like, you know, make more dire wolves, it's like cool. Like this feels more like you know, just kind of your standard like Silicon Valley like hypeware.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
For sure. Like it's definitely like if they put all that money into like current conservation, it could probably do more good for like the ecosystem. But I think the technology that they're using is pretty cool. And I mean, the other thing is like species go extinct every day. Not all of them are like incredibly vital to the, you know, health of the overall world. Like you can lose a few species and be fine. I think what they're trying to bill it as, at least what I got from it, is that if you can, if some of these like key species go extinct and you're able to bring those back that are like the cornerstones of those specific ecosystems, and you're able to like bring those back, then that's the most important thing. I'm not sure how much that holds true. Like if you just invested in conservation right now, you could save a lot more species, but at least that's what I think they're going for.
I mean, like it doesn't, like the argument just doesn't hold up for me, because it's like, by their logic, right? Like you're targeting these like keystone species where like, you know, if they go extinct, like the like ecosystem collapses or some shit. And it's like the dire wolf's been gone for like, I don't know, like thousands of years, like woolly mammoth for like, you know, tens of thousands of years. And like, as far as I'm aware, like the Arctic Circle isn't like fucking dying right now. Like, or I mean, if they are, like, it's not because the dire wolf's gone. I mean, like, I think every now and then you'll have like a species show up and like fill a niche that was kind of previously filled, but like had kind of gone like extinct. Like, you know, horses like getting released in the Americas, or, you know, like Pablo Escobar's like crack hippos, like something like that will happen where like the species just like happens to do pretty well. But I don't think it's gonna do that much good. Like,
yeah, maybe not, but I think the technology they're using is pretty cool.
yeah, that's fair.
And also, no, tens of thousands of years, that is incorrect. And mammoths were actually like only extinct like 4,000 years ago. Like they were around at the same time as Egypt. I know that.
Why Egypt specifically? Like, why do you know that?
I just know like ancient Egyptians heard stories of like mammoths with the people they were trading with, because there's like some hieroglyphs of mammoths in the pyramids.
Oh shit.
So we know they were around at the same time as like ancient Egypt.
I'm legitimately surprised they didn't try to use that as like a plot point in an Ice Age movie.
You know, there's a new Ice Age movie coming out. Maybe that's what it's about.
Oh, like maybe like we predicted it. The next Ice Age movie plot.
Dude, that entire set of movies is low-key peak. They do so much good animation and tell so much of a story with also no words sometimes. Like, have you seen some of the short films?
The most peak Ice Age was the second one for me.
The one I remember most is the one with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, same.
Okay, yeah, this was the one before the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs aren't real, though.
That's true. I mean, it was just fake. It was a movie. It was an animated movie.
Exactly. That's the only way they can depict these things as well.
Yeah,
just to
exactly.
make a different point here. But like the only time we actually see dinosaurs is in movies.
It's true.
And
I've never seen one.
yeah, like why do you think they're in movies? That was the whole point. Because that's one of the many streams of income that, you know, these guys built up to make profit off these imaginary beasts.
The dinosaur industrial complex.
Wait, it's a real thing. It's called Dick.
I knew it.
And these guys they're obsessed with Dick. I'm telling you, I believe in, like, I'm obsessed with Dick, the dinosaur industrial complex, to be clear. But it's definitely a very real thing in terms of they've created and, you know, just drawn out, and the museum, everyone's in on it. And that's the worst part about it is people, you know, kids grow up and they're like, I want to be a paleontologist. That's a fake job, right? Because
Jith, we've had this discussion. There's no need to go back into it.
Vince, we just
dude,
can't
sorry,
stop
I'm just
talking about
crashing
Big
out.
Dick.
I'm crashing out. Dude, yeah.
It's on his brain 24/7.
I'm glad Noah finally understands, bro.
Have you seen, like, you know, if modern animals are recreated by paleontologists, like they'll show a skeleton of like a rabbit or a hippo skeleton, and they'll just show us like this most vile creature that some paleontologist has created out of it. Like, it looks nothing like the real thing.
They're doing a fake job now, right? Like it's, and now their job can low-key just thinking we can just use AI to do their jobs too. So
That's what we've done. Stating the obvious shorts, we've invented the Giganotosaurus.
exactly. Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. I definitely distracted from all of this, but yeah, I'll stop ranting about dinosaurs. To all our listeners out there, though, if you really don't believe in dinosaurs just like me, let me know. Drop a like. You can message us, Stating the Obvious. You can drop a comment. You can reach out just to me. We can talk about this some more offline kind of thing, because this is always something I'm down to talk about. So, you know, my address is not yet. We're not that close yet. If we hit 100 likes across all our platforms with this episode, I will drop my address.
Why would you do that, though?
We've not, because we're not gonna hit it. We're not getting 100
it's
likes.
sad but true. That's how you know we just do this podcast for the love of the game, because nobody watches or likes it.
Hey, we had that one guy who commented on the Dune video.
Oh, this is
Who
true.
schooled you, Noah?
That's true. Who was that? Who was that guy? Like, what was his name?
I don't even remember, but he told you.
David,
And Dune wasn't even around when
Devin.
the US was going and invading all these countries.
Eric,
Boom.
Robert.
Got schooled by the white man once again. Let's talk
Damn.
about that, bro. Let's talk about Winston Churchill and his fuck ass, bro.
This beating this horse to death also.
Sorry. So, someone transition, dude. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose it.
I'll transition. I will talk about another goated white man. This
Okay.
story has been around for a long time, but we have yet to discuss it on the podcast.
Hold up.
The way you said goaded was a little bit too
Why do you
harsh
put
there,
so much
Go.
sauce on it? Like,
That's a little like.
It sounded exactly
feels-
like those like the machine voice in those shorts.
I don't know what you're
I was
talking
gonna say he
about.
sounded like Hitler.
What
Okay.
the hell? Okay, well that's a little bit different.
I thought Cobb was definitely going like the genocide route.
No. Anyway, I'm talking about Luca.
Oh.
We have yet
Why
to
are you
talk-
comparing Luca to Winston Churchill, man? Like,
Fat.
what is this?
Listen, they're both goated. Jit knows this.
Dude. I'm gonna mute myself and then crash out silently.
Anyway, we have yet to talk about this whole debacle on the podcast, even though it's been a while. But I'm excited to hear Noah's take on this because he seems to have a little bit more knowledge on like the basketball politics. So Noah, if you would like to explain basically what happened, that would be good.
I mean, yeah, like it's been what, like a month now, like a little over that. But yeah, like Luka Doncic gets traded from the Mavs to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and Max Christie, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's an insane trade when the first reaction everybody has, like, universally, is just thinking that Shams got hacked. Like, it wasn't even, like, people took it seriously, like, at all. It was just, like, presumed to be obviously faked. Because, like, who in their right mind would trade Luka Doncic? But no, it's real. It's definitely real. I mean, I don't know. Like, you saw, like, a bunch of people trying to, like, rationalize the trade in the aftermath. I think it's been pretty clear, just based on everything coming out of the Mavs organization, that this is just Nico Harrison being a dumbass.
I think he just personally did not like the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he didn't like him. I think he's also just really stupid. I think legitimately he is just stupid. Apparently, he's the guy who was working at Nike and he's the guy who fucked up like the presentation to Steph Curry to try and sell Steph Curry on like the shoes. Where I don't know if you know this story, but like the reason why Steph Curry doesn't have a Nike shoe is because when they went over to like sell him on like doing a shoe deal, they gave him the same presentation that they gave Kevin Durant. They forgot to change the name from Kevin Durant to Steph Curry in the presentation. So like Steph Curry just got so mad at them, he just like went to Under Armour to like start a shoe line at Under Armour, and like it just like popped off. And so like Nike lost out on like...
that shows an incredible lack of like respect and oversight, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean like...
Yeah, not even reviewing your slides is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean like allegedly that was like Nico Harrison's job. Like he's the guy who fucked that up. Now he's like the Mavs GM, but yeah.
I also think there was a lot of pressure from the owner dudes, the casino dudes. I don't know what their names are.
I don't think so. Like
No, there definitely was.
The owners are just like idiots. Like they don't know shit about basketball.
Yeah, but they know shit about casinos, and so they want, I think, the Mavs eventually to move to Vegas, because Vegas, they don't have a basketball team right now, right? Unless I'm doing it.
No, what?
So they want to move the Mavs to Vegas, or they want to start opening casinos in Dallas and like legalize it within the state.
I mean, they definitely want to do the second. Like they've been pushing for a bill to legalize gambling in Texas.
Yeah, and I think it's all kind of part of their eventual plan to accomplish this.
I don't think so. Like
I really do think so.
Okay, like the thing is, people tend to give like way too much credibility to those in power, like assuming that they must be doing all this like evil shit intentionally. It really isn't that deep.
Oh, I see. The thing is I'm not saying them and they're the ones who are like for sure carrying this out, but they have people that will either carry it out on their behalf or just carry it out because they're also in a semi position of power. People we probably don't know, but those are the people that are making these things happen. And for sure, like Luka getting traded out, Dallas, like that. I'm sorry, but a trade like that simply doesn't just happen without, it's very clear to the Mavs that Luka is their star generational talent. Like there is no reason you wouldn't shop him around, raise like the perceived value, right? Because every team would want Luka on their team pretty much. Like
I don't even understand why you're shopping around. Like he's such an integral
like,
part of like the city.
You shouldn't, right? You shouldn't, right? But if for some reason you want him gone as a GM or as whoever, the owners, whatever, like the minimum you would want is at least a good deal, right? If you're going to trade him out. They know for a fact that they actually can't, because Luka, like Dallas, it would just be outraged. Like everyone would be pretty outraged. Like if they found out like that the Mavs wanted to do this, but the Mavs hadn't done this yet, the blowback would be worse than if they just did it and then just told them later. It's the kind of the do it first and then ask forgiveness rather than ask for permission kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's why they didn't shop them around.
They still haven't explicitly said or read it.
So you think they went and talked to all the teams and then they just traded to the Lakers after? Like you think they just low key shopped him around?
Okay, I think this was Nico. I think like Nico Harrison was pretty much like the main guy who did all of this. And I think he didn't shop Luka around because he didn't want word getting out. Because if word gets out, then like his hands are tied.
But here's the thing, like I think like a lot of like influential Mavs people have said the same thing. Like Mark Cuban, Dirk, like they've all said this is a horrible deal, but if you're gonna do it, like you want some like first round picks and like some OP dudes to like trade for Luka and everything. But they didn't get any of that. Like I just think they had a personal vendetta against the guy and wanted to get rid of him. But I think like the worst thing about the whole thing, from me at least, was that like they didn't even tell him or AD or anything. Like they didn't even give them time. Like if you're gonna do it, like at least tell the players so they have time to prepare.
No, but if they told Luka, then like he probably would have gone public with it, because I'm sure there's nothing that forces him to not say anything.
I know, but like still, it just feels like such a poor.
And he just bought a house in Dallas too, like multiple millions of dollars, like a very expensive house. It's just so
like
ridiculous.
that just seems like a bad.
No, you're just a bad human being at that point. I think. I think genuinely.
Okay, let me paint you a picture. Okay.
Dude, I've been tilted the past, like, first it was the dinosaur thing, then Cobb brought up Winston Churchill, I think I brought
You
him
brought
up.
up Winston
Shut up,
Churchill.
shut up, Carl. Did I ask you? Did I ask you? I was already getting there myself. God damn it. And then now we're talking about Luka Dude, I'm actually on max tilt right now. If I was playing a game with like ADC with like Pernea support right now, I think that's the only thing that could tilt me more.
That's kind of rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Pranay.
It's not. We would win the lane, but it would really just be like Pernay won the lane because he'll take every kill from me.
But the thing is, the Mavs, like, they were in the championships last year. Like, they could have easily won a championship with Luka. Like, it is a very real possibility, and they got rid of that.
Okay, I think two things are at play here. I think one is the fact that Nico is an idiot with an enormous ego. And I think two is that the leader, like the ownership, are idiots who don't know shit about basketball and basically see the Mavs as like a financial asset. Like, I don't know if you saw like the president of the Mavs, like Patrick Dumont, like he was doing a like some sort of like interview, and he was trying to just like name like three basketball players, like just any three good basketball players, and he was like struggling. Like he didn't even say Dirk. Like, he's the president of the Mavs. He did not mention Dirk Nowitzki, the guy with the statue out in front of your stadium.
The guy who won the championship for you.
Like he just doesn't know anything about basketball. But like I think the reason why Nico hated Luka so much is because he's just like,
he was fat.
Yeah, no, he's just like I'm not even joking. I think that's like part of it. I think like Nico is just like insanely high off of his own farts. Like, he apparently was like
I was not expecting that.
No, he was like Kobe's Nike rep, right? Like, this is like how he got like into like the basketball industry. Was he was like Kobe's Nike rep. That's how he got like into this friendship with like Rob Pelinka, who's like the GM of the Lakers. And he has been riding that train ever since. Like, I don't know, like he released some sort of like press statement where he was like, I know what like greatness looked like, you know, I work, like, I've known it, I've lived it. And I'm like, you were Kobe's shoe salesman. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you never played basketball. Like, what do you talk about? Like, I lived greatness because like I saw what Kobe did. Like this guy just like is fully bought into like the Mamba mentality thing. And like he basically thinks that because he sold shoes for Kobe, that makes him like at least like 80% of Kobe. And he's like,
but here's the thing, like, Mamba mentality, like, I understand it works for some people, but that's not the only way to get success. Like, you look at like Ronaldo and Messi. Like, Ronaldo clearly has Mamba mentality. Messi, not nearly as much. They're both some of the best players of all time. Like, you can be successful without doing what Kobe did.
Yeah, but like these guys, like in like rich and powerful positions, have like tremendously large egos. Like, they need to believe that like they are just like, you know, they just have like this like special mindset, right? And like I think that's why like he hated Luka. I legitimately think it was because Luka like has like a little bit of like body fat or whatever, and like he drinks like lemonade or whatever, and like he maybe just like doesn't play as hard on defense as like he could sometimes. Like, it's just like he thinks that like Kobe is like the best like, you know, archetype for a basketball player because like that's the guy he sold shoes for, and like by extension like that makes him like look really good. And so like Luka, because like Luka doesn't look like Kobe in like that sense, like he thinks that like Luka is like a detriment.
It's just stupid, man. Like, he's just an idiot. Sorry, I have nothing else to say. I'm mega tilted.
Yeah, like they're the one team that Dallas had that were
no,
like,
they would have won. They would have won this year. Like, they really could have done it. But no, it's whatever. I'm a Lakers fan now. LeBron.
And honestly, Luka and LeBron on the same court is insane.
LeBron.
Did you see those like TikTok songs like that were like just like making like love songs for LeBron?
Yes, I did. I started singing them
You started
Sing them right now.
lullaby.
Sing them
as a
right now, Jet.
lullaby to sleep. I don't have it memorized, Cobb. Obviously, I'd sing along
Oh,
with
okay.
Lapuki,
Yeah,
AI generated
Lapuki. Yeah,
LeBron
yeah.
voice. Obviously, I have him read me some stories to help fall asleep at night sometimes.
Yep.
Can,
So
can someone say something, bro? Oh my goodness.
Jet, you're the transition
I mean,
man.
like, look, we're just talking about depressing subject after depressing subject. Like,
LeBron is not depressing.
I mean,
think
LeBron-
I'm
I mean,
I'll,
he's
actually
still on
I'll
meds.
give you another. I'll give you another depressing topic.
Cyberpunk 2077.
That's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the world economy that PJ controls. And recently,
Yeah, no,
there have
man.
been some major developments in the world economy as per PJ's requests. And there's been basically the US has slapped tariffs on everyone. We've discussed this topic a few times on the podcast, and each time there's been something pretty major that has happened. And this time, basically, the US has like slapped a whole bunch of tariffs on everyone, and then they paused it for a bit, and the stock market was like going wild, like way down, and then it just went like way up after a pause, and then way back down. And I kind of just wanted to get PJ's take on the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I remember Jit was asking me when the thing first came out about like when should you invest or whatnot. At first, I think I was very
Okay,
confident.
before you get into that,
Yeah.
I know the best time to invest.
What is it?
You just wait for the Dawn to tweet out it's a good time to buy, and then you buy. It
I guess-
literally told you there's no easier way to do it.
That's funny. I mean, the reason why I mentioned that first is because it's kind of what I think a lot of people are waiting for, or a lot of people are trying to figure out, in the sense of like, in theory, it was a good time to invest a few days ago before he did the wavering on tariffs. If you think that he indeed is not going to actually put them in, in the beginning, I think I was actually very certain. I thought, was pretty sure that the tariffs were actually going to happen, and now I am less certain. But I think he's also kind of dug himself in a hole, in the sense of like, he needs to, like, he likes strongmen, right? So he needs to some extent show to the rest of the world that he is not just all fluff. But at the same time, he really hates when he gets negative reactions in the market. So honestly, I feel like it's kind of a lose-lose for him, and it's also a lose-lose for American economy. So it's just a lose-lose for everybody.
You know who lost the most though?
Oh.
Nintendo. Released their Switch 2, big announcement, slapped with the tariffs. It's already an exorbitant price, and they're like, actually, we're gonna take down the price and raise the price a little bit more for Americans.
Did those two news like things come? Like,
Yeah, like literally the
close to
day
each other?
before the taxes, literally the day, not taxes, tariffs. The day before was the Switch 2 like price announcement and whatnot. And then the tariffs got hit, and then Nintendo was like, actually, wait, hold up. We got to increase the price for the Americans.
damn. Well, yeah, I forgot. I assume he put some level of a pause on stuff now, though, right? Because the only ones that are still there are still like full-fledged.
Yeah, I
They are the
think
China
so.
ones.
Yeah. Do you think he'll get some sort of deal from some of these guys, or?
Truly, I feel if the China people strong arm him long enough, I think he is very stubborn, but I think he cares more about what other people think about him than his stubbornness. So I think and especially what the market thinks about him. So I think if China just like did stay to their course for a while, then they'll probably get their way. But I mean, some places he's gotten some discussions going, right?
Yeah. Do you think those like other places are gonna cut deals with him?
I feel like those places are kind of minor though, compared to what like the legitimate big problems are. But I mean, still, there's like, I've not read the specifics of the deals of different countries. But I remember like back in the very beginning of all this, Mexico made some movement. But I mean, he paused on all of them, right? But he also increased on China.
Yeah. I mean, it's only a 30-day, 90-day pause or something, so it's gonna go back.
Yeah, it's gonna go back. It's at some point we're gonna have the same story. I feel like maybe that's the moment when you buy it.
Okay, noted.
Well, your analysis from before was basically like these tariffs are going to go into place, but he's going to get some sort of deal out of it, and that's what he's going to highlight, like Omega League.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the market's going to suffer.
I mean, whatever he does in the future, there have been some countries that have shown some sort of movement, and that is what's going to get highlighted.
Yeah, I mean, it's for his third term re-election. Okay, so
There's also that too. And he's actually like legitimately, I don't even think he'd go this far. He's legitimately like trying to push some stuff about kicking Powell out.
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, have you seen those memes about like the third term? Like Trump says, "Oh yeah, there's no presidential term limit," and then it's just like Obama as the Undertaker, like rising from the grave,
Yeah.
I see
like
those, yeah.
coming back to fight.
Oh my god, it's insane that
The way,
we haven't had a good president since Obama.
yeah, no, that's actually facts. I was gonna say the way he apparently would do it is he'd just switch like current VP, switch with the current VP, then they'd run, because there's nothing barring like president from being VP, right? And then
He just gets a deal.
yeah, so he'd be VP, and then he just what is it? JD Vance would just step down as president.
Would that work, Noah?
I mean, that's.
Would that
I mean, I don't actually know like if that like just like circumvents like the constitutional amendment. I mean, that's basically what Putin did. Like he just like
it says you can't be elected, like you can't be elected like whatever for 3 terms as president. But if he does it this way, he's not elected as president.
yeah, no. I mean, like I feel like he wouldn't even go through the song and dance. Like if it gets to that point, I think he would just have like the Republicans in Congress just like
Change it.
yeah, change the amendment, or just like claim some bullshit that like, you know, because he didn't serve 2 consecutive terms, like it doesn't count.
Yeah, probably to that, because he doesn't want people down the line either to be able to run 3. He wants to be like one of the only people.
Yeah, I mean, like I
He
think
can't be the first, but
I think personally,
He
like
wants to be
the
the last.
biggest thing like preventing him from running for a 3rd term is like his heart. Like I don't know, man.
If he stays alive.
Dude, I'm not like taking the over on like Trump making it like much past 90.
How old is he now?
He's like 80 something. I don't know.
Really? I thought he was only in his 70s. Maybe. No, he's 78.
Oh, he is? Never mind.
Yeah, I just looked it up. He's 78.
I mean, still, like, my guy looks like he's like slow walking into the grave. Like, does not look super great.
I don't know. It's becoming more and more dystopian.
Yeah, I mean, there's that guy. Like, they just keep sending people to El Salvador. Like, it's kind of fucked.
yeah, that part is fucked. Just for real.
Fucking
That's
tropical
a little
gulag.
crazy. Tropical gulag.
Yeah.
I've never heard it called that before.
I mean, we don't have Siberia. We do have El Salvador.
You really don't even get the good parts of the tropics, which is the sad part, I think.
Yeah.
No, like, bottomless mimosas in the morning. No beach. Just pain.
Yep.
There's crazy shit happening. In the moment, it feels crazy. When you look back at it in the past, it doesn't seem as crazy, but you kind of reminisce. And you're like, damn, that was something crazy that happened.
Well, what example of that?
I mean, Trump's first election, the fact that he got elected. Remember the beginning, everyone was just like, "God, this is a complete joke. It's not gonna happen." Then we first got elected, we we're all just like, "Holy shit, he actually got elected!" And then now we're like, yeah, just accept it as a common historical.
Yeah, I mean, now he's like the face of American politics.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
For some reason, in my head, mentally, I have the year 2040 as just a mental benchmark.
For what?
Of just like, if things are glum, I'm like, I wonder what the
that's
politics
time.
will look like in 2040. I wonder where I will be in 2040. I wonder, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. That sounds like it's going to make me more depressed.
The fact that 2040 doesn't even sound that far away.
15 years, same distance as 2010.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, by the way. I don't know who the fuck allowed that shit, but...
I don't know why. I think it's because we are like halfway through the second decade that 2030 doesn't seem like that crazy. But I think my entire life just hearing anything in the 40s and the 50s, and I was like, wow, that's just far into the future. That's going to be like a futuristic world.
Yeah. Well, you know what year I used to benchmark?
What?
2077.
Oh shit.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Have you guys seen gameplay of this?
I wrote this down in the topic list more so about the show Cyberpunk 2077 Edgerunners.
Okay. Very nice.
Because
okay.
I'm
Did you just watch it for the first time?
I just watched it for the first
Oh,
time.
shit.
And
Did you finish it?
yeah, I finished it.
Okay.
I do.
Oh,
How
well,
you
this,
feel?
this coincides well because I just 100% of the game.
Cobb, that is like, let me tell you that like the tone of you 100% in the game and like finishing the show is like not at all the same. Like you have like a happy story to tell. Like Viswa has depression.
I have depression. Yeah, this is correct. It's really hard, man.
I'll tell you, it took me a while. It was like a couple of years for me to 100% this, so.
Very good, Cobb.
It just took me 24 hours.
Took you one day?
It's a
Only
short
10
No,
episodes.
yeah, it's a short
like 4
show.
hours. It's like four
Oh.
4 hours long.
Oh, okay.
You should
to
watch
watch the
it.
entire
You should
thing.
watch it, Cobb. Do you have depression,
It's
Cobb?
phenomenal.
Have you been diagnosed with
No.
major depressive disorder?
I have not.
Do you
Uh,
want
well,
major
do
you
depression
want it?
disorder?
Do you want depression? Would you?
Oh, I mean, I want to be included in the club.
would you
Yeah,
like
so-
major depression?
Okay,
Ah.
I won't say anything. I won't say
I
anything.
have the cure for you, Cobb. If you are satisfied with life, if you feel happy, if things are going well for you, then watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners and be cured of your smile.
Anyway, you guys have seen gameplay of it, right? Or no?
I mean, I've seen some gameplay.
I'm just seeing it in the show.
Arguably, I think it would have been if it didn't have those performance issues at the beginning. I think it would have been hailed as like one of the greatest games of all time, like up there with Red Dead Redemption 2. Like the story of it is, I think, the model of what all games should, not all games, but all these like AAA story based games should follow.
Do they
Like-
let you get to the moon?
The
They should.
moon haunts me.
They should. The moon does haunt you, but I mean, the fact that like, you know, you have all these like different choices to make and that impacts gameplay later, it impacts conversations. You get to I mean, there are some like forced decisions, sure, but I mean, Keanu Reeves, I do think he is a great actor. He does really, really well with the role. And I just think that the overall premise of like you're slowly dying, there's someone stuck in your head, and your whole goal of your game is to like get them out before you die. I think it's just really interesting. And I think there's a lot of themes that, you know, when I first started playing the game, I was like, wow, you know, this is dystopian. This would never happen. But like over the couple years that I've played it, like I've seen a lot of these themes play out of like the different factions and the different gangs and like equated to like different groups of people fighting. I don't know. And I really like the combat in that game too. Like you can spec yourself in a ton of different ways. I personally was a shinobi. I used the katana pretty much the entire time. It was just epic to like dash around and just slice up people rather than just like, you know, use the gun or whatever. But yeah, I would highly recommend to anybody who has not played the game to give it a shot. And like it's a little bit slow at first. I would say like the first like 2 or 3 hours are kind of slow, but after you get past that like intro sequence, like it picks up real fast. Yeah, I don't know. I just found the game really enticing and really involved, and I really enjoyed a lot of the story elements of it.
I think I told Noah right after I finished it.
Dude, Viswa sent me like a shirtless photo of him like flexing in the mirror, and then like right after he's just like, I'm so depressed, man. Like just like the juxtaposition of those two things, I was like, what? Like you're
You know what? We'll post a screenshot of that on the STO Insta. You should drop a follow.
Hey, yo, I did not consent, bro. What?
It's kind of wild that like, you're
Yeah, it's
Bob's
happening.
actually just using me, bro.
Just, don't worry. With the person running our STO Insta account, it will never happen.
There has been a
That's
long
good.
delay, I will say.
who's running our Insta account?
It's Brene.
PJ.
Noah, could you not tell?
No, I don't follow our Insta account.
You should, Noah.
Okay.
You should at least watch the shorts. The shorts are kind of funny. I will admit. I'll pat myself on the
I was
back.
there for them. I was there when they were created.
Yeah, but I guarantee you forgot them. You forgot what you eat for breakfast.
That's true.
I know you know.
Yes, this is accurate.
Yeah, I did. I look. I was gonna talk about it, but Cobb announced that he's gonna watch it, so I'm not going to talk
Yeah, you
about
go
it.
ahead. Go ahead, talk about it. Like I've seen a lot of the clips from it, and like there's also an in-game mission which spoils the ending of it. So I've seen. The ending.
What do you know that? Okay, tell me the ending then, Cobb.
Like that
Spoiler
guy
alert
dies. Like
for
the
everyone.
big,
Okay.
the big Gonzalez guy, whatever dies.
Okay. Yeah, they were supposed to go to the moon together. It was just so romantic.
And the music to it, at the point of where it hits.
Yeah, dude,
Crazy.
I was listening to that with my
Crazy.
big ass headphones. I was-
Honestly, the way the biggest emotional hit was just when they go. I don't know what it's called, but
I really want to stay at your house.
yeah. But what's that one line? Like when it like starts off slowly and then they hit like the main part.
Dude, they fucking do you so dirty with it because they start playing the song like when the main couple are like, you know, doing their like cute like flirting stuff and like, you know, like it's all like happy and like carefree.
Dude, okay, Cobb. Let me give you this in terms that you would understand. Okay.
Okay. They also, yeah, I will say in the in-game mission, they play like the ending scene of the anime. So like I think I've seen the scene where he dies.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me explain it to you in terms you'll understand truly.
Okay.
It's
Explain it to
as
me.
if in Spider-Verse when Miles and Gwen are like swinging around, like Mona Lisa's playing in the background, they're looking over the whole city. It's like Spider-Verse ends, Miles dead, and it's like a sadder rendition of like Mona Lisa playing
Over just like Gwen,
Yeah,
just like
that's
over
pretty
Gwen,
tragic.
just like looking over the city.
That's pretty tragic.
I will never physically recover from
Bro,
that
they
ending.
do
I
it
don't think.
intentionally. They give you all these like happy, like romantic, like scenes, like with like them being like cute and like flirting together, and then you get emotionally invested, and then they keep playing the fucking song, so it sticks in your head, so you associate it with it, like their like relationship, and then they fucking play it at the end to kill you inside.
Oh God.
Just
Oh,
take
God.
the barrel of the shotgun and put it down your fucking
Oh God.
I just pull the trigger, bro. It's so bad. It's so. All right, man. I don't want to end an episode on something this depressing, but just let this be a sign that you should go watch Cyberpunk 2077 because, as sad as it is, it's absolute cinema
Absolute cinema.
through and through. Absolute cinema. I also think to some degree the reason we all are so emotional is because I think every guy thinks they are in like they see themselves in
They put
David in
themselves
some
in
form.
issues.
Like they just see themselves in David in some way, right? Maybe it's that like you don't really care for school or you don't feel like you belong.
I have a drug addiction.
or you have a drug addiction, or even like you think you're special, you think you're different, kind of thing, right? Like there's just so many ways and aspects that like a male viewer of Cyberpunk 2077 can see themselves in the main character, and then to get that ending is just, I think it's hard to grapple with.
I mean, I think on some level, like every man has that fantasy of like heroically sacrificing themselves for like their loved ones.
Yeah, like that Dark Souls meme that's been going around where it's just like that one knight dude who's been like just demolishing and then he just slowly falls to his death.
I mean, I haven't seen that particular meme, but like
Oh, you haven't
probably.
seen it? Okay. Yeah, it's just like this one Dark Souls knight something that it's just like the cinematic where he's just like fighting this like horde of people and he just like takes down this Omega wizard who tries to like lightning bolt him, and then he just gets shot in the chest with an arrow and then shot in the knee, and he just drops his shield, slowly falls down, and then face plants and dies. And
Yeah.
it's just like this like exhilarating music playing over it. And it's just like, this is me, this is how I want to die.
Look, every man has two core fantasies. One is laying your head on a pair of pillowy thighs while somebody strokes your head and tells you that everything's going to be all right. The other one is fighting against overwhelming odds, killing multiple people, and then dying of blood loss as your loved ones like are like saved by your sacrifice. Those are like the two core like male fantasies.
Noah, I will add a third one that is pretty core, is that every male has dreamed of like scoring the winning goal or like shooting the last
I was
basket
literally
as the
about to say
buzzer
that.
is.
I was just like, I also have one about soccer. So
Yeah, like playing for your best, like your favorite team in like the World Cup finals or whatever, and then you just like score the winning goal. Like that's core. That's peak.
That's fair.
I know
That's
for
fair.
a fact Jit has had this.
He's having it right now.
I literally, that's exactly what I was about to be on Barcelona.
I want the US to win so bad. Like I'm a USA stan. I don't care if they suck. I'm a USA stan. I want them to do well in the World Cup so badly.
They won't, but I respect your opinion to like just
I'm
to
pretty
have
sure
that thought.
PJ's a USA stan too, right?
yeah, who else do we have?
Yeah, and given everything that's happening, with deportations, all that, I am also USA fan.
I mean, like, what if Trump just like
Go
deports the other team?
USA! Imagine like the Argentinian national team flies in, like the Brazilian national team flies in, whatever. He just deports them back.
Yo, maybe this is the strat.
Like they score one
This
goal,
is how the US wins the
and
FIFA
like just
World
like a
Cup.
van shows up and just like takes him to El Salvador and it's just like USA flawless victory.
USA.
To be fair,
USA.
I think this is the best USA team like we've had in a long time.
I mean, it's going to keep on getting like that, I think, as it just becomes more normalized.
I don't know,
US.
that one team with like Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey and all, that was a pretty
that
good team
was a
too.
good team. That was a good team.
But that's when all the other teams were at their peak too, so it kind of fizzled out.
Hopefully our next episode will not be when the FIFA World Cup is, because that's next year. And this year it still has quite a ways to go, but we will hopefully see you guys soon. It normally takes us a while nowadays to find a time for us to all record together. Just putting that out for our 1 or 2 listeners.
Yeah.
But hey, we've been consistent for the past like few months. The episodes have been coming out every other week.
Like, if we give the illusion of consistency, but in reality, what goes on behind the scenes is for us to know and for you to experience over there on the front end. Anyways, just want to
Thank you guys so much for listening. Please drop a follow, a like, anything. We appreciate it all very, very much. That said, we'll see you in the next episode of Stating the Obvious. Bye now. This is literally the stupidest shit I've ever heard of in my entire life. The fact that Cobb thinks that this is okay to even make this comparison, ridiculous, okay? Luka Doncic is a GOAT. He's an angel. He was what made me believe in Dallas for years on years. Living here, that was the only good thing we had. That was my life. Comparing that to Winston Churchill, who took my ancestors' lives, who ruined all of India, who is literally just the worst person to honestly ever exist. People like revere him, which I could literally never understand that, because that shit is ridiculously degenerate. The things he did, like the places he took over, and how little empathy he had as a human being. It's just so sad. Meanwhile, Luka, the Mavs made a little video for him, whatever, and he's crying there on the bench, man. Like that is a man. That is a man with principles, and he's beautiful, and he's handsome, and I'm getting carried away here. But Winston Churchill is none of those things, bro. He's some bald motherfucker who literally did jack shit in his life and only caused misery and brought unhappiness into this world. Okay, my rant's over.